Reginald Stinson, it's a pleasure to have you on our Hangout. We're very grateful for the influence from the American team, because I see DS Domination as, you know, one big family. We're all helping each other, and I can see that with all the teams out there. They're all putting so much content out there. Doesn't matter if you're in my team, you know, it's get that content and get your business nice and successful. What we try and do in the UK is we're trying to inspire people to go over to where the big money is, and it's all on the .coms, the eBay.com and the Amazon.com, and that's where your influence of the American side and your team's successes really, you know, they transfer across very well. So, you know, it's a pleasure to have you on here. So yeah, how's that? How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing extremely well. Let me see if this thing's working. Okay, cool. Well, I'm doing extremely well. Can you all see me okay? Is the light too
Yeah,
bad?
cool.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm doing extremely well. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell us a bit about you. We want to go back. You know, this is the success point for you. You know, I don't want to tell your story for you. Let's go back to how long have you been in network marketing? How long have you been in this sort of thing? What did you do before network marketing, for example?
Okay, all right. Well, a little bit about myself. Prior to network marketing, I was actually um, in college, and I decided after going to college about, I believe, one semester or a year or so, I decided that that wasn't the career path I wanted to take, because honestly, what I was going for wasn't something that I really wanted to do. It was something that my parents or my mom thought I should do. So after spending countless money a semester in school, I decided to just take a break from school and get into network marketing. From there, up until the point getting into the home-based business industry, you know, I jumped from company to company, program to program, literally on a constant basis. Worked dead-end jobs, just try to make ends meet. I was a newlywed at the same time. I got married, I believe, while I was in college or shortly after. I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was about 10 years ago. But I was 20 years old, married. We ended up having our son a few months after that. So I was working dead-end jobs. I ended up at one point working 3 jobs at once. And I just knew that that wasn't the life for us. So fast forwarding, got into network marketing, struggled early on, went from company to company for a few months, following the wrong people. 6 months later, 6 months or so later, jumped into a network marketing company, had success, replaced my job income with that company, stayed with that company 3 years, uh, you know, moved around a little bit up until this point, did okay, built large organizations before, not to this magnitude that we have with DS Domination, but I built large teams before. But DS Domination has really changed things for us. It puts a whole new spin on the industry in itself, because prior to this company, the company I was in before this, it reached a point to where we were bringing people into the company, and the money that I was making became guilt money, because no one else on the team was essentially making money. They were taking all these, you know, ridiculous steps, such as taking money out of their 401k, retirements, and taking out loans and doing all this type of crazy stuff to purchase all the products that they were not going to make money with. So I reached a point to where I got fed up with that, and I was like, look, I'm done with the home-based business industry, and then at least for a while, I'm going to take a break and just do something else. And then a friend of mine called me and told me that you know, they were selling on eBay, and that piqued my interest, because eBay is something that you don't have to recruit. It's something I've always been, you know, intrigued or impressed by. So it drew my interest immediately. Then he mentioned DS Domination. I'm like, hey, I've seen that before from someone else. Didn't pay attention to it, but because of you and you're doing it, because I know you're just not trying to sell me something, I'm gonna take a deeper look at it, because he was telling me he was killing it selling pots and pans too as well. So I was like, man, really? You know, so I could sell some pots and pans. So I got in DS Domination 10 months ago. I think it's about 10 months ago now. My first week, I made about $1,100 in profit. Didn't know what I was doing. Just stayed up, you know, all night pretty much going through the training and listing stuff, looking for items, found a hot item. And the cool thing about this for you all that are in DS Domination is this. I was only on pro level when I first got in the first week. Week 2, I upgraded to elite, and by the end of the month, I was all in. I had all products. So first week, I'm just testing the waters. I made $1,100, and this product for you all that are in did not have a super large profit margin. It was just an item that sold so well, and I sold a lot of them in one day. I was selling like 15, 20, 30 in a day. It was ridiculous. So that happened my first week. From there, I saw the opportunity. I saw how easy it was. I've been in other companies, and I knew that this was something that I owed it to the people who were in the home-based business industry to share this with them. Everybody deserved to hear about this because there's so many different things out there, not knocking any other company, but we've never seen anything like this. I mean, we knew about eBay, but no one has ever really come together and put together what DS Domination has, to where we do have an affiliate element to it, which we understand and know the power of leverage and team building and all that. That's cool. But if you don't want to do that, you have enough education within DS Domination to where you can make a lot of money potentially if you go out there and apply what you learn. So that was the game changer, and 10 months later, the company is booming, the team is booming, and I'm super excited about what the company is going, where the company is going. This is only the beginning, and if you thought that what we have now is exciting, that you can actually make money using the product without ever having to tell anybody about this, but what we have coming out over the next few months, it's going to be a similar product where you can make money and not have to tell anyone about the product, and it's really going to change the game. I can't say too much about it, but a lot of you already know what it is. But this is just the beginning, and what the owners of DS Domination have put together is just genius.
Yeah, it is, and the speed of implementation from the leaders at the top. They come up with an idea, and it is literally, right, this is what we're doing, that, and then, Hitesh is their mad wizard programmer, whatever he is. He just rattles the stuff out, doesn't he?
Yes, Hitesh is one of the smartest people I know. I mean, I told him that guy is smart, literally. I mean, we're truly blessed to have him. I don't know where Roger found him at or how they connected. But Roger's pretty smart too. I mean, he's a comedian too as well. But those two guys, the stuff that they think of, it's unbelievable, man. I never met people who are so smart. I mean, literally, they're smart, and the stuff that they're coming out with, like I'm saying, like I've told you all, you're not gonna believe it. Not gonna believe it. They gave you a little taste, but I was like, I mean, who would have thought to design a company like this? And this is only scratching the surface. This is probably only 10 to 20% of what they're going to do with this company. And that is kind of scary, but it's exciting at the same time, because I know that a lot of people, ordinary people, average people, are going to make money.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
So what would your recommendation be for people that are just looking at DS Domination, maybe?
Well, if you're looking doesn't do anything. I recommend everybody that's watching this. I know some people watching this on your page. Definitely, you want to go ahead and get started. It's only a $20 investment. I say this all the time. We waste money unconsciously all the time, whether whether things are tight for you or not. Some people may be in tight financial situations, they say, and it may be true. But the reality is, we waste money every single week, if not every single day, on things such as eating out or getting massages or buying coffee or whatever the case scenario is, cigarettes, whatever. We do that because those are things that we want. But this is an investment in your future. This is an investment that can pay you for the rest of your life. So if you're looking at this hangout, go ahead and get started. Take a chance on you versus continuously investing in things that are not going to be profitable for you. And a lot of times we invest in things that are harmful to us. But this is truly a game changer. It's only a $20 investment. Get in, work the system, see that it works, and then just scale up from there. Definitely get started if you're watching this hangout. Don't delay. Don't wait like I did, because I seen it when it first came out and I just like blew it off. Like, okay, nah, not gonna do it. And that kind of cost me a lot of money. Honestly, it did, because I was actually in a bad place at that time when I seen it the first time. So don't wait, don't delay, take action now, definitely. But I think really what it all boils down to, honestly, is mindset, because it's unfamiliar to a lot of people. I mean, I know over here in America, we're taught to go to school, go to college, and work for the rest of your life. I mean, that's probably standard. Every So when you're taught that for at least 18 years, it takes a while to really break that and kind of venture out from what you were taught, because that was instilled in you from when you were a child. So it all starts with mindset, honestly. You have to really get into personal development, working on yourself, getting around successful people, which again, that's why it's important for you all to get to this event that they're having there in the UK. Get to the event, get around like-minded people, and don't be afraid to take a chance or take a risk on yourself. Invest in yourself, because ultimately, when it's all said and done, you're able to make more money working for yourself than you are working for someone else. There's no limit on the amount of income that you can make working for yourself versus you working for someone else. You're not capped. But from a personal standpoint, honestly, I just got fed up with the struggling. We were on government assistance when I first got into network marketing. We were getting food stamps. I don't know what they're called over there, but we were getting food stamps. We were getting TenCare, which is like Medicare or something that the government pays for. We were on all of that stuff, and we were not comfortable with that. It was an embarrassment to us to even take out the card, and people know exactly what kind of money you have. We call it EBT card. I don't want people to predict the type of money that I'm spending or assume that, we can't pay for it. We got to use food stamps, or to even go into a restaurant or anywhere and to automatically assume that you can't buy it, and to live in a bad neighborhood and, check the check. That wasn't a lifestyle that I wanted. And regardless to where you are in the world, it shouldn't be the lifestyle that anyone wants. So I decided to do something about it. In this industry that we're in, the home-based business industry, network marketing gives you an opportunity like no other industry ever would. You can actually be a nobody, come in, go to work, and make more money than doctors, which is probably one of the highest paid professions in the world, I think, across the board. So it doesn't matter where you come from, who you are, whatever. If you're seriously committed, you come in, you get to work, you take action, you follow the system, you're coachable, you stay plugged in, you can be successful with this, and you can create any lifestyle that you want. If you want to just be okay and just supplement your income, you can do that. If you want to replace your income, and you can do that. If you really want to be extremely wealthy, you can do that. And that's the cool thing about it, because no one is putting a cap on you in the home-based business industry. You are in control of your income, and you essentially write your own checks.
So what's it like nowadays, walking into them same shops, or walking past them shops that you used to struggle to pay for items in, to now have an abundance of money and walk past and go to the next, the fancy shop? What's the feeling, and what's the, what does that do for you?
It's actually awesome. Honestly, I'm not really a flashy person, to be honest. I'm very simple, believe it or not. Only thing I guess is probably for all guys. I mean, I'm not into all the fancy cars and stuff. All I really care about is my gadgets, cell phones, computers, that type of stuff. I'm good. But what really is cool is being able to provide for my family, being able to put them in private schools if I want to. I retired my wife. I can buy them anything I want or anything they want. We can do anything we want, basically, not having to look at price tags, And actually, here's a cool trick that I do, which I think is pretty cool. I actually go in on purpose sometime, and I may just have on like some gym shorts and gym clothes essentially, and I just see how people automatically assume you don't have money. And I think it's interesting that people do that. They judge you based on what you wear or whatever. But I think it's cool because I know I do, and I can actually tip and really be a blessing to those people who are serving us in restaurants, because that's a hard thing to be in. I used to do that, and they don't make a lot of money. It's so many people in need that every once in a while, I just want to give back to people, and we're able to do that. We're able to travel. We're able to do a lot of things that we weren't able to do several years ago. So it's the best feeling in the world to be able to pay cash, to be able to buy my mom a car. She didn't have one for years. To be able to do all that stuff, it's amazing. And we're getting ready to purchase a house next year, which we have the option to buy cash or get a mortgage. And we're going to pay most of it off, but I'm going to put it on my credit. I don't know if y'all have credit over there, but yeah. I'm going to put it on my credit because I plan on going into real estate as well. So this has opened up a lot of doors for us, because again, so many people have different dreams and aspirations beyond network marketing. Some of you all may want to, be a musician, and it takes money to fund any type of music project. I do know some about the music industry. It takes money to fund all that, or you just may want to do it just to be doing it because you're passionate about it. It may not be about the money, or maybe you may want to use this as a vehicle for you to get in real estate, which that's something that I'm doing. So whatever your dreams, your desires are, this industry, again, could be that vehicle, that starting point to get you to the ultimate goal, whether it's you opening up a small business, whether you get into real estate, whether it's you learning how to do stocks or whatever it is. It's all there and for the taking.
Yeah, fantastic. So what's the, just for people that don't know your numbers, obviously you can't guarantee anybody makes any money, income disclaimer, etc. But do you want to, your numbers are well publicized anyway, but do you want to tell the audience what your numbers are at the moment?
Okay, well, I'm real close to like 400,000 in 10 months. So probably in the next 60 to 90 days, we'll be at $500,000, and within the next 6 to 9 months, I expect to go over $1 million in earnings. So your results may vary, of course, like you said. Yeah. We're not going to say you're going to get in and make $1 million or anything like that. But it definitely is exciting. It's different, and it took hard work. It was hard. It took commitment. It took being consistent. But when you compare what we do in the home-based business industry, for example, compared to any job, depending on what kind of job you're doing. I know the jobs that I worked, it was hard labor jobs in warehouses, fast food restaurants, and construction sites. So if you could relate to that, anything like that, in comparison to working on a site like that, making anywhere from $7 to $10 an hour, to what I did in DS Domination, there's really no comparison. I worked harder for less when I was in corporate America than I do when I work from home. Even though sometimes I work long hours working from home, but it's still a lot harder. It was a lot harder when I was working for someone else. I worked a lot harder and I got paid a whole lot less. So it feels great to be on this side of the fence. And everybody, if you want this type of lifestyle, you deserve to have it. You just got to work for it.
What was that again? 1 million in what, 9 months? You reckon, or was that a year?
Within 9 months, I should be at 1 million. It may happen a little sooner, but I'm just putting some realistic numbers out there.